So, we are in the blue castle. I don't know whether there's going to be a red castle. It has very good echoey footsteps. That's sealed shut by an unseen force. This is where I saw the ghost. Like, he's right there, dude. Can you not see him? I know I have to make 2 visits, so I'm not going to worry too much if I miss a side path. Also, I kind of have this volume turned up a bit high. Hello, Sam.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing alright. Yourself?
Not so bad. I survived a day with 7 hours of teaching, which is good.
Oh.
It's a lot of teaching.
I've had a long day.
Yeah. Don't know how long I'm going to stream today, but I'm trying to see if I can get through the week streaming every day, at least a little bit, because I haven't missed one so far.
No, I got home about 20 past 8 today.
Oh god, traffic trouble or
Trains.
yeah.
I got to a point where usually I get if I'm that late because I have to wait at another station, and then sometimes just get food, and then I went and we ain't got any food. Oh fuck's sake. So then I had to wait until I got home, and I ate some noodles.
Really need to stop every time I see the question mark appear, I reflexively press the interact button. There's a spoopy open coffin here.
Is there a vampire somewhere?
Oh, they're talking about a vampire, and I'm about to meet a character who might well be a vampire.
How is the game so far?
I'm enjoying it. Apart from the one dungeon that took hours and hours and hours.
I think that dungeon is the point that I stopped it first time.
It's the dungeon just before it's the second to last dungeon of the China section, and it is bad. One of these was an E. Not that one. Is this one the F? No. Might be H. It's not gonna be R. Might be L. H, L, M, R, and S. I did skim a guide before this session because I wasn't sure how long this dungeon would be. I have unlocked a door. The step sound effects in this dungeon are really good.
Huh.
Properly echoey.
Sanai.
Hi, Sanai. Happy Friday. Can't be that sad, and I managed to hit it perfect on this flame dance. I was having alarmingly good accuracy yesterday.
You're just getting used to it.
Maybe. I mean, I think
It's just time.
like the perfects, I think, are really hard.
I kind of love it because like there's no reason to really get it outside of what I could.
Yeah, the difference is pretty minimal. But I mean, it just feels better. Like, it feels like the moves you use are more effective.
Well, they are, but only slightly.
Yeah, but it makes them feel, like, meaningfully so. I should probably have tented at that same point.
It even feels fun just watching you pull off a perfect.
Well, that's good. I wasn't even aiming for that one. I just kind of...
I never do. But
I
like,
do with
it
some
still feels
moves,
fun.
like, obviously,
Or like a clutch healing move or something.
no, because the healing is so powerful anyway that you don't really need it. But Marguerite's snipe move has a chance of instant death if you perfect it.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any loot in this bleak, empty room? Or are we going to be coming back here later? Doesn't seem to be anything interactable at all. Oh no. Here's the spoop. Yeah, the sounds are really satisfying. Also, good evening, Sari.
Hello, Sari.
By the way, this isn't a repeat of the character model disappearing glitch. Also, he really does look like a vampire.
How Castlevania of them.
I think he's about to join the party. Time's suddenly acting like a dweeb because the vampire has to be the cool character in this scene. See, I actually know what his name is, and it's rather funnier than that.
Oh, I can't wait.
So, yeah, granddaddies. So his name is Keith. What it doesn't tell you is that his surname is Valentine. So there's really only one thing that I can name him for the lols. This one. Immortal Vampire Prince Keith Valentine. Of course. I mean, I could also go with Vincent, but that's just not as funny in this case. Also, he's too pretty to be Vincent. Is there somebody Valentine in the Resi games?
God. Jill Valentine.
That's right, yes. Yeah, Mai is the right one to go with. I suppose I could have called him, like, just stacked all those names together. This game does give you a lot of room for,
When you say Mai, I tend to think of the Dragon Ball character.
Nope, it's always going to be Yu-Gi-Oh for me.
But, Valentine, I think of, Funny Valentine from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Right, I have gear for you.
I'm trying to remember Funny Valentine's stand name. Oh yeah, it's Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Fair enough.
It's a lot of the naming convention. I believe in the English version it's D4C. Because, like, everything is named after bands and, like, songs in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but the English version, like, changes everything, so it's a lot weirder.
Sigh, that's a shame.
So, like, one has a stand called Bad Company, and it literally goes from bad to worse, as in English, it is Worse Company.
Of course he'd be the Earth element. Oh man, his disc is rude. Questionable axe at a reasonable price. I love it.
Yeah, I think that's what they changed for the English. I think it's Filthy Axe at a reasonable price, maybe.
God, the tiny ring abnormality is the dumbest shit.
Some of them, like, you can kind of tell what they changed, like Dan of Steel.
That one's got layers.
And, I don't know, it's Boy Man Man. Which is Boys to Men.
Yeah, I got it, I got it. It took me a moment, but I got it.
cool ice.
Let's see if we can get this disc. Shit, dog's undead. Don't paralyze me, you stupid dingoes. My god, why is your ring so mean? I would like to put the mind's eye on you, but I can't actually hit your ring at all. Oh, we've got red fog in the village again. Oh, the evil mayor's back.
I tried out a little bit of Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition.
Oh yeah, is it functional?
Yeah, it worked. It's neat. I kind of like it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realise the entire game is out.
Well, you can spend between 25 and 50 hours on it. 25
Apparently it's a lot
70
shorter.
hours.
Apparently it's a lot shorter. They kind of condensed a lot of it.
So presumably less driving around, which is the good bit.
Yeah, they're kind of like taking out the open worldy part of it.
Oh, that's a shame.
But I'm still, I don't know, it's a kind of completely different format and it's interesting. All the sound is the same though, which is weird.
That is a bit weird. I don't know, I think I'm done with FF15. I gave 100 hours of my life to that game and I wrote 3 things on it, and dear God, why?
I really like that game. But yeah, the pieces you wrote on it are very good.
Thank you. Ah, so the evil mayor is trying to become a vampire and rob the vampire's castle. And also he's been summoning the monsters that are attacking the village, despite the fact that something at the castle was causing the monsters. what have you got there, Nina? Oh my god. Game, don't have all the characters look into a bag and then not tell tell the player what's in
there. Wow.
Just don't do that. It's really annoying and pointless. What does the guide say about this fight? Where is it? Done that bit. It's Fire Week. Oh no, it's Water Week, which I can't do anything with.
Yeah, I was thinking of the briefcase from Pulp Fiction as well.
Wait, how do I get into the mayor's place? There's a lottery in this section somewhere. Is there? District 1, Castle 1, District 2. Oh, it's after the battle. What's this side of town? Okay. Whether you break in and the actual animation is just walking in. What? A vampire? Let's see what this boss looks like. Oh, it's another dog. A large dog, but a dog nevertheless. So, Life Sucker is 30 MP, and I have 261 to spend. Alternative is 55. Let's see how much it does. That's some good lighting. It's a fairly substantial quantity of damage. Why do all of Keith's like discs have a hit right at the start of the sequence? Threatening, like hands emerging from the ground to slap you around animations I have ever seen. They just sort of wave at you vaguely. Also, I can't tell what he's doing with his scabbard in this animation, but it looks suspicious. Holy shit! This enemy is doing like nearly 200 damage with each attack. Oops. The thing that keeps catching me out is that you can be visibly late on the dial and still get it perfect.
Huh.
But I tend to go a little bit early. Is that 5 casts of that or 6? Also, I don't get why Keith, like, hums the most tuneless and unimaginative song when he's casting his bat spell.
listen out for it, maybe.
I think I'm gonna finish this fight this round, so... or maybe not. Here we go.
I think for the attack Bat Dance, he should hum Prince song Bat Dance.
I mean, it could well be with this game.
Yeah. You ever see the music video for that song?
No?
It's wild.
I mean, it's Prince, so... big surprise.
He went through a whole Batman phase before he did the soundtrack to Batman.
Is that it? That's it. Good.
And of course, you can actually find Prince songs online now.
Legally, even. Man,
Yeah.
the mayor just dies. Why no? Wrong button. Ah, so the treasure is wheat seeds. And apparently someone in my party can tell just by looking at wheat seed that they've been crossbred for cold, inhospitable climate. Okay, I want to go back in here because I want to open that chest. Flash badge, what does that do? Flashbang. Oh my god. 25 points more agility, but doubles the indicator speed. That's pretty vicious.
I've just kind of sat here the last like hour.
I mean, it's the end of a week, right?
Yeah.
If I wasn't doing this, I wouldn't be doing anything productive. I've got like 2 big stacks of marking to deal with. Not not still to be marked, but like to be processed and uploaded and stuff.
Yeah, no. All I've done since getting back is eat and then drag files onto a memory stick that are still transferring.
Huh. So you can put on the flash badge to gain 25 agility and it doubles the indicator speed. But there's also iron clogs that half indicator speed and only reduce agility by 15 points. I wonder if you can wear both. And if it's worth it for an extra 10 agility. Is one of these houses enterable? Right, it's lottery time. And we know what that means. It means Becky has to import the save state buttons. There you go. Ah, that was so close. Hey, there we go. Hey, 20% more MP. Who needs more MP? There is a shop somewhere in the village. There is a shop. That was bad discounting, never mind.
Ooh.
More tents. Oops.
I'm trying to think if there's much turn-based games with like these kind of like action commands that have really stuck around.
Yeah, just not many, I don't think.
I don't really think of Mario RPGs and
yeah, and they're a different kind because they're
yeah.
Like they're animation based, like the Legend of Dragoon ones.
Yeah, I mean these guys eventually went on to do the Judgment Ring system.
But fucking lost Lost Odyssey.
Yeah. It's not the same studio, but I believe it shares a fair amount of staff.
I can believe it. Although this is much better work.
Nobody bats 100. Let's see what the director shared lineage or whatever.
Totally indulgent 10 usage.
Oh yeah, the designer, lead designer of Shadow Hearts worked on Lost Odyssey.
That's a bit of a step down.
But he's not the design lead on that game. The design lead would be Hironobu Sakaguchi.
Yes. Also making a step down from Mistwalker's previous offering.
But the director of Lost Odyssey, Daisuke Fukugawa.
Oh, this is a
now works
fucky
on-
camera angle. Look at this shit.
He now seems to work on the Yakuza series.
Huh.
Which I think is,
Purple sword ghosty things. That are very
That
fast.
sounds like a significant step up. He's not a director, because I think it's the same guy like since the first one is director or whatever.
Well, there was a
But-
comic about that guy recently, wasn't there?
Yeah. And now he's a producer. They just had like a team. But yeah, it was a good comic.
So, it is my qualified professional opinion that if you have an action command system, you should not have misses for buttons where the player actually hits the dial.
Yeah.
That supremely sucks.
God.
Stop picking on Suzanne.
I just got myself real excited because there's a new Yakuza game soon.
Yep. I look forward to hearing it on the other end of your Skype calls. Well, Discord calls.
They moved the release date to get out of the way of Ni no Kuni 2.
Oh man. That is so much the wrong game to be moving in that equation.
It's not really moving for that reason. I think it is actual like production problems, but yeah,
I'm
that game.
pretty
looks
happy
weird.
with the lack of defensive action commands. Like, defensive action commands I find really stressful. I can see the appeal of them, but also I'm glad that I'm not having to worry about them. I can do all the defensive action commands I want when we do Superstar Saga in a couple of months.
I really like Superstar Saga a lot.
I'm looking forward to it, but also I'm expecting to suck at the action commands because they're animation based rather than like indicator based.
Especially when one of the party members dies, is hard. Because that's kind of a game where you really don't want to let someone die.
Yeah. I think any game where you only have 2 party members is going to have a bit of that, right?
Yeah, but like it's like slightly more.
God, it's so hard to get used to like this game's MP costs, especially after Rudrits, where you were desperate for every spell to cost 1 MP. Like in this, having a 15 MP sweeper and it feeling cheap is just weird.
Those are really high MP numbers.
My characters have higher MP, or 2 of my characters have higher MP than their max health.
I don't feel like I ever seen like games of like that kind of balance for MP.
I mean, these are my mage characters, but still.
But even on like mage characters. Because I mean, it is only like what 3-digit scaling for HP.
So far. Although actually, I mean, now that I'm 10 hours into the game, I'm still like 250 is a high damage roll.
Yeah, that's like, from the sounds of it, like 40% through the game.
I don't think it's as much as that yet. But it's not nothing for sure.
It's supposed to be like a 24, 25-ish hour game.
Yeah, I think my playtime's going to be a bit inflated. Like I've done some optional stuff and I got very lost a couple of times. But if my I mean, like I'm at 12 hours now. If it turns out to be super short, then great, I'll move on to Exist Archive.
That would be longer, wouldn't it?
Exist Archive's going to be longer, definitely. But I have, like, I mean, I might not actually have an actual work day in March, because the only week in March that I would be working is I'm going to be on strike. Unless the universities decide to come back to the negotiating table, which they don't show any sign of doing. It's going to be a big strike. We're doing 14 days in 4 weeks.
Wow.
Explain to the students next week. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is what we face.
Yeah, that's true.
They deserve to, like, actually hear it from us straight.
Oh yeah. That's what some of my teachers and lecturers are like in the past. Be honest and go, I'm not going to be here next week because of these reasons.
I mean, I'll be on campus, like, for picketing, and the union is planning like teach outs, which is basically we'll just lecture on whatever we feel like lecturing on at a different location. So students aren't going to, like, students can't say that they don't have access to teaching, or that we're denying them their education, because we aren't.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give a lecture about blame. It's going to be fun.
Nice.
The summary of which is basically going to be, here's a bunch of psychology that explains why you want to blame staff rather than the university for the strike, and also why you shouldn't.
That sounds like a fun idea.
It just so happens, like, the bit of research I'm doing at the moment is all, like, the psychology of why we blame and why we have moral feelings about things. And one upshot of that is some, like, actual psychology evidence that plausibly can be taken to show that we tend to blame individuals rather than systems, like as a psychological thing.
As someone who does work in customer services a bit,
yeah,
I can agree with that.
Anyway, is there a boss in this next room, and what do I need to know about it? What do I want to have equipped? That's the HP increase. Where are those bears?
First event of the Marble Olympics is up.
First event of the what?
The Winter Marble Olympics.
Marble Olympics?
It's this video like series this guy does. He basically does his own like fake Olympic sports stuff with marbles.
Oh.
Like there are teams of different marble. It's surprisingly watchable.
Oh, it's not that guy who made the marble racetrack on the beach, is it?
Yeah, it's that guy.
That
he has
thing
like a whole
was
Olympics.
riveting. I was like, it was so weird, but also great.
Yeah, it's a channel called Gels Marble Runs. It's like Gel spelled Jelle, and he does like all these like events with commentary, and he's got a whole all these teams, and you kind of like pick up characters.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it is really fun.
Okay. I still can't get over the fact that this game's like glamorous vampire is called Keith. Although, I guess if he was a werewolf, he could at least be Keith Moon. That one's for Odd Eye if he ever watches this. Well, there's Yuri. I'm sure that Alice's last line in the cutscene where we were separated from Yuri was, "And then I never saw Yuri again." Yeah, Yuri blew up and destroyed Shanghai, by the way. And now he's talking about, like, paranoidly protecting Mom, so he's basically Sephiroth, I guess. I guess the idea is he's regressed to childhood? Oh, that's bearable damage. He's not taking a lot. This stupid guide wants me to put the mind's eye on Keith, and like, his actions are substantially harder to pull off than Yuri's were. Oh man, I got a perfect on them after saying that. What? That was like totally not intended in any way, I promise.
Oh, of course.
I mean, it really wasn't. Like, I don't know how I did that, and it'll never happen again.
Oh, I know.
Hang on, Keith's animation for being hit is literally he just bends backwards at the knees? That's ridiculous.
This reminds me of the Game Boy Advance Fire Emblems, where if like a hit was just like a miss or like a guard, they wouldn't move. The person getting hit wouldn't move, so it would be like a 0 damage hit of just them being stabbed by a spear. There's a really good awkward zombie comic in there.
Right, Yuri's gone Death Emperor mode. And Sat as well.
Yes, now in the Fire Emblem games they do dodge. Still without feet.
Right, how much damage does Dark Messenger do? That's a substantial quantity of damage.
Oh, they actually put feet back in the last Fire Emblem game. I tried to look that up and got some odd results, so...
Yeah, don't search for feet. It's a dangerous search to be doing. Okay, I think the reason that I'm getting lots of hits, lots of crits with Keith is just that, like, his hit zones are so small.
Yeah, so like actually trying to hit them, you end up hitting the
Yeah.
critical zone.
Also, I've forgotten to watch my sanity again, and Alice is going to go mad next turn.
Oh yeah, that.
It's a problem. Yeah, that's dicey. Ah, I really needed like the extra healing there. Oh, maybe I didn't actually. Maybe it's fine.
I bought a 64GB memory stick and it feels big.
That's a pretty big memory stick.
Yeah. It was only a tenner. Like, plug it in, you can only use 57GB. Why did they do that?
Don't drain all my MP, fuck. Oh no, that's something else. I guess the battle finished? Huh. Alice has ended up in the graveyard.
Ooh.
Completely healed.
Ooh. That's new.
Yeah.
Now for Malice with Alice.
Well done. Right, what are the masks going to say to Alice? Ah, so these are like the vices, basically.
Ah.
Apparently Alice loves Yuri. And the next line is, this gets more interesting by the minute, as it's getting less and less interesting by the second. Wait, that's not the gate that they're going to open? Oh, I guess it's this one. Oh, he's digging his own grave in the graveyard. I see.
Ooh.
Cheery stuff. No, I don't think Alice is going to gain the ability to transform. Sorry to disappoint. And now Yuri is calling Alice mommy. Oh wait, this is like... There are some child Yuri cutscenes on this area?
Huh.
Oh, and there's Foxface. So I wonder, is Foxface an external influence, or is it like the manifestation of Yuri's own traumas? Because it's clearly not actually the father. Ah, Foxface says I'm the embodiment of his weakness. That answers that question. These are some harsh kicks and punches. Good grief. Fucking hell. Okay, fight time. Hello guide, any advice on this? I'm going to assume that I don't currently have the Mind's Eye equipped. What? I am the Shadow, the true self. I mean, he basically is actually the Shadow, the true self. Stop chain casting the reduce me to 1 HP move, you fuck. We're going to be here for a very long time.
No. The cat was hiding under a bed. About a guy who programmed the game entirely with speech-to-text interface.
That's cool.
One sec.
God, this fight is incredible bullshit.
I realise I had to pull that from under the bed because everyone else in the house is looking for him.
Ah! Okay, the fight is incredible bullshit, but it's short. Literally, you can't do this fight with this system. Because you have a situation where you're reliant on item healing. There are turns where you absolutely have to item heal or you die. And you can fail items because of the ring system. That's a bad combination. Oh, the screen's broken for the first time in a while. At least it's not flickering.
Like, seeing this encounter, it's kind of like, sort of a bit weird and experimental with it. I'm kind of curious how the sequels take it.
Yeah.
sequels of games that span multiple discs as well.
Yeah. Even on PS2.
Yeah, you don't see many of those. I think I can think of like 4 games off the top of my head.
Sorry, you're breaking up a bit while my computer is struggling with the frame rate here for some reason.
Oh dear. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, it's just not... it's
Okay.
a little bit fractured.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Shadow Hearts 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Devil May Cry 2. And. Star Ocean 3. I think one of the only Musha games is on 2 disc as well.
Yeah, I can't tell if there's a Discord connection problem or if it's just my
Yeah.
computer suffering. It really doesn't like this screen. There are a few screens in Shadow Hearts where it's just really struggled in the emulator.
Ooh. Or just like one specific graphical effect or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Funny like that.
I think it's the filter over the screen. Like there's a faded edges thing going on.
Yeah. I can definitely see the frame rate slowed down quite a bit.
Well, you can hear it in the music as well, so it's clearly not just a frame rate issue, it really is slowdown.
So if I go and play this game, I've been the only person around that's playing it on actual hardware.
No, Devon's playing on hardware because he's got a chipped PS2.
Oh yeah, he has.
Anyway, am I sounding back to normal now?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Am I sounding back to normal?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that really was just
I
my
think we found the
computer going,
culprit.
ah!
Yeah. Never see any like CD stored PS2 RPGs. They're always big things. CD based PS2 games are weird.
Yuri just called Zuzen an adept at nothing adept. That's like lame.
Yeah.
You can tell it's Yuri because evil Yuri would never be such a nerd. Oh, Susan's crying though, that's nice. Are we on a special journey? I mean, we were trying to find Yuri, and that seemed to be our main motive, and now we found him. Oh yeah, that colleague of ours who was supposed to follow us in like 4 days, in like a day's time. We've been here for several days. Something's flickering on the floor. I think Yuri, Alice and Suzanne will do for now. Probably going to be Yuri, Alice
all-rounder.
and Marguerite as my preferred party once she's back.
I wonder, does it have like out of party experience?
I think so. Like, Yuri seems to be on level for me now, and I've gained a couple of levels since Shanghai.
You're getting robot-y again.
Am I? Dang. Oh yeah, it doesn't like this screen either. Actually, I think I'll leave it there for tonight.
Alright.
This being a long day, so thanks for the company, and we shall continue this tomorrow.